NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Now play fake. Lance. Flush to his right. Throw in deep for Galladay. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for the Niners.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Lance now on first down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They'll run. It's Henry. Trucks over him. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message. Hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory. Be aggressive. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try the right side with Henry. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Henry again. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This is 3rd and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. Henry. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Derrick Henry, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Rankin. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On 1st down, Rankin. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. That ball caught by Slayton. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And
Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. ready to get this next drive started. The New York offense at the line. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On play action, Lance. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They run on first down with Henry, but the hole evaporates quickly as he'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. Catch is made by Hardman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads.
Yeah.
When you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit, he is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. And when he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Second and 5 now. Lance getting this out to the flat. Mostert. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back and it can turn into a...
And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Mecole Hardman, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
From the gun, Rankin. Open man right side is Ingram. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, right at the 40. Looking to throw. Rankin finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Gano the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A gain of 15. First down, San Francisco.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on first down is Lance. And he'll find Hall. Room here to run. Able to slither by. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play there for the Niners. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Lance. This will go to Henry out wide. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers have moved down in front. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Back to throw. Rankin. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. Powers through him. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Trey Lance in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners will extend their lead here just before halftime. Slide for the PAT. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So not much time to speak of this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Rankin. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Shedding through the defense. Barkley a first down and more. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on. Throwing on first down. Rankin. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33. Off the play fake, Rankin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. Powers past him at the 5. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Looking to throw. Rankin. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A first down carry for Henry. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And Lance's throw here pulled in by Golladay. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Coming up on 2nd and 7. And Lance now to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Looking to throw on second down. Rankin. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football.
And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Running left, it's Henry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Watch the shift, watch the shift. Rush in, rush in, rush in. 49, check 49, check 49.
Second down, they go again with Henry. Runs through the contact. Running right through him. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 52 blast. 10.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And it's caught. Touchdown. Derrick Henry. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
Giants 14.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st and 10, Rankin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Lance looking to throw it. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Lance. He finds his man, complete. That's Hall. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. Rankin eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Off play action. Rankin. Got a man, Slayton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also
touchdown Giants. Saquon Barkley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lance. This one caught by Kittle. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And this is going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
The 49ers are going to turn over the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. And he's got room. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 72 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now this throw caught left side. And this will move the chains again as the tackle is going to be made at the 49ers 19. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Rankin escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They begin with Henry, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Good strength, but not able to get a whole lot. Tackled shy of the 10. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy,